Hello there, May Flom here, and today I'm going to be showing you how I'm making these cute little sticks. So these are decorative little picks, and you could use them for a lot of things. I'm designing mine specifically today because I have been putting succulents in jars for gifting. For gifting, you know, the summer barbecue or for whoever you might want to gift to, and they fit right in there. So easy, so much fun, and it's all thanks to my scan and cut. You know I love my scan and cut. So this is going to be a really simple, quick video because I know it's summertime and we're all busy. First of all, you know the scan and cut can cut a lot of different materials, but some materials, like this is cork, and it's cork that's on an adhesive sheet, which makes it more stable, more suitable for cutting. That's always good if you have something that's a little difficult to cut. If you have it on an adhesive sheet, a lot of times that can stabilize it. My other trick to you is place it upside down on your mat so that that adhesive is on the top. If the adhesive's on the top, it makes it even easier to cut. And then I'm going to put my blade all the way up to 9 because this is pretty thick here. I'm going to go into pattern, and I'm going to go ahead and make another heart so you can see how I did that. And to do that, I'm just going to go in the basics here. Heart is one of the basic patterns. And I'm going to size it down to 2 inches. That's going to give me a really nice starting point as my biggest element here. Just get it right down there, set, and then I'm going to move it over. I can scan this, but I can also just look 1, 2, 3. It's 3 inches over. So, and then of course another couple inches over beyond that. So as long as I get past that 3-inch mark, I should be fine. And then down a few so that it doesn't cut right there. I love that about the mat. You often see me pushing this button to scan in the material to verify, but I can also just look at the grid sometimes and it'd be just as accurate. And once we're ready, we say okay and go ahead and cut. Next up, we will want to start back over from the home screen. This time go into pattern, right into here, into the flowers and leaves. And I just really love this particular flower for it. Now I'm not gonna resize it yet. I'll resize it just to show you once we're in the editing screen. And I am gonna put 2 of them. Okay, so these are obviously way larger than my initial heart, and that's all right. What I'm gonna do is go into here, and then this little button right here, if you click it, I love this button because we can do anything from flipping it to angling things differently to resizing to adding more. I just love that that option is there. Really makes things simple. I'm going to put this one at 1.5 inches, and this one over here I'm going to make even smaller, way down. I think I'll just do pretty much the minimum size. So I've got 2 flowers over there. Okay. And we're going to add once again, this time in the pattern, I'm going to go in the same spot and add in, I love this little branch of leaves. Now this time, we're going to go down to a little bigger than that. I think about 1.5 as the height will do well. And we will put 2 of them again. Okay, now this time I am going to click on this. However, I do want a heart. So before I go any further, I'm going to add one more time. Pattern, and I'm going to add another 2-inch heart because this will be for the back of my little stick, and I think I have enough materials here that this is going to work, but just in case, we'll run everything through to double check. This is definitely a situation where I think I have enough, but because of the odd shapes of my paper and everything, I think that running this, pushing this button here and scanning would do me a lot of good. Correct on both counts. I do have enough room, but I do want to move everybody around ever so slightly, and same over here. I want to move these guys around, but once we are good with that, we'll want to adjust back down. This is a pretty new blade, so I'm going to go to 3.5, and we will cut all of these pieces out, and then we can assemble. Now it's time to assemble. So I have my little flat craft stick. I also have some hot glue going. I like hot glue for a project like this because it's so much faster, but liquid adhesive would work, or another strong adhesive as well. Now one tip I'll give you is this did cut all the way through, but with the sticky cork sometimes what I'll do is just kind of pull gently along the edge. Sometimes the cork has bigger pieces or smaller pieces. Some of them resist cutting, but this one did really well. I'm happy with it. It's so pretty. And you don't need to worry about perfection on something like this. And I'll tell you why, because we're going to cover parts of it up. So to start off with, we're going to get started with our stick here, and I've got my cork. I just need to peel off the backing to expose the adhesive. And what I love about that is it gives me a great starting place. Just put my popsicle stick down, and then I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on either side of the stick. And then come over here to my mat. Oh, and everybody cut out beautifully. Oh, I love it. And grab my heart. The scan and cut makes this so easy because these are shapes where maybe I'd have to go and get different punches, or maybe I don't have punches the right size. It makes it so easy for a project like this to just decide what size you want it and then go for it and build it. So there you go. Now on my original example, I did build on the cork side, so I'm thinking on this one, you know what, I'm still going to build on the cork side because I really like the contrast that it provides. But maybe what I'll do is switch up the flowers. So I've got my flowers, and I'm going to put just a little bit, you don't need a lot of hot glue, but a little bit of hot glue right in the middle there. And of course, guys, be very careful because it's very hot, obviously. And then I've got my little leaves over here. You know, this project combines so many things that I love about paper crafting. It's combining using up scraps. And let's see if this is still, it's still hot and sticky enough that I can lift this up and tuck this little leaf under here. And I can fluff all of that up in a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and grab some buttons. I've got lots and lots of buttons, of course. And let's see, I'll find a pretty one. And put a little hot glue. I'm going to put a little hot glue in the middle of the flower. It kind of depends, but with a smaller button like this, sometimes it's easier to set the button onto the hot glue than it is to handle a button that's full of hot glue. So I've got that, and then I'm going to put this other leaf down. Just put a little hot glue on there. And you might notice I run my hot glue gun around and such, picking up the excess. I find that that's a lot better than trying to use my finger and getting burned. I do not enjoy being burned by hot glue. And I would love to get this project finished with no burns. So far, so good. Let's hope it keeps up. Okay, and then our smaller flower, I'm going to reverse the pattern so that the other side shows through. Love working with double-sided pattern papers because of this. But honestly, guys, the specialty papers will work really well just as well, maybe, because the scan and cut can cut whatever it is I want it to cut, which, you know, I love that. You guys see me play with this all the time, so you know I love that. Okay, then just digging through my little, trying to find a littler cream button. I use those a lot, so sometimes those are kind of hard to find. There's a good one. And again, I'm going to put just a little bit of hot glue in the middle here, and then press my button down into that. And guys, we're good to go. If you wanted to add a little bit of sparkle, maybe some glitter glue, or, you know, if I want to use some glitter glue and add like some gold accents here to this, I certainly can. As far as potting the succulents, I used some sand. I saw that recommended. I don't actually intend them to stay in these little containers. They'll either get gifted or replanted when I have my garden stuff ready. And this, I know I made the little line, but what I'm actually going to come in here and do is just tap with my fingers to add some gold sparkle to that cork. Oh, I just love how these turn out. It's so much fun. And now here's a second little jar I've got ready to go. And look, you just tuck it right down in there. And it would work for just about any plant that I can think of. So much fun. I hope you guys have enjoyed my tutorial video today. If you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time.